Everybody, what's up, everybody? Hopefully, everybody's good and it's on a fucking Friday, and hopefully, so far, so good. And hopefully, everybody is learning from the charts, getting to get better every day, all day, getting to improve, because these are um, a journey that every day we tend to learn something that we never knew before. And it's on Friday earlier, and as you know, I usually do my trade reviews. Then get to inform and maybe communicate to myself how I did read price, how I did interpret, how I did make my decisions, and how my trading day was, and what did I learn. So that's the essence of usually me doing these videos. And today I'm here earlier than before, and I did a video before. I'm doing a video before this Friday ends, and for me to review my trades. I'll be doing that, but this video is basically some corrections and something as I was reading my price afterwards after doing my trade review, and I was doing my how can I call it, my is it through the review or how the day had played out well, and I noticed something that I didn't notice during the review. So that's why I'm here to clarify and maybe to get something to learn from, right? Because I've seen if I miss this, I don't want next time a setup to form or a setup like this to form, then I'll miss it out. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And before we get cracking, I would like, please tap on that, hit that like button, and smash that subscribe button so that whenever I'm uploading or whenever I go live, you may get notified, or every day we get to learn and get better every day. All right, this is the gold USD, and as you can see, I'm on the 4-hour time frame, and we can see the price action from yesterday, and you can see my gray zone. That zone is my 4-hour order block, and you can see above it we have these double lines, which is the fair value gap from these candles low to these candles high. We have that fair value gap, and we have also these other fair value gap from these candles high to these candles low. We have a fair value gap there. So my interpretation for yesterday price action, I think was how can I call it, I wasn't wrong, and let's say I was married to my buyers, bullish buyers, right? To some extent, I was married to my bullish buyers. So I wasn't really keen on observing what the market was telling me, right? That's what I noticed later on as I was reviewing what had happened, right? So how did I come to that conclusion that I was married to my bullish buyers? So remember, I took a buy. I benefited from it. It was a good trade. It hit my TP. Then afterwards, it reversed to the downwards and took because I was out of the trade. It hit my where my stop loss was to be. But the good thing is, trade management is a good thing. And after I'd seen my partials being taken, sorry, that's a hand. That's a cock, yeah, hand, yeah. So after I've seen my first partial being triggered, so I trailed my stop loss to break even, and yeah, but my TP was hit, and that was good, right? So later on, afterwards, I was reviewing and I noticed something. What was it? So over here, Mr. Cock was up. So over here we have, I wanna have this fair value gap. I wanna take it that much further around this area. What's up, Mr. Coke? You hungry? So yeah, I like it to that low. Then I do these. Yeah, what is really happening over here? Since let me do something. Should be at the back. Yeah, for us to have this clear picture of these candles. So number one thing that I don't know, that could have convinced me that my bias, my bullish bias for the day uh, was kind of not the probability for buys were kind of low, and we were in a sell model. But I don't know, I was that married, and this was the thing I didn't observe, or this was the thing I guess my friend I guess he told me about this, but I wasn't that. I was married in short, so something else I should be avoiding, and something I should be always watching on the higher time frames. So this is a lesson I'm learning, that always refer back to the higher time frame and observe what's happening there. So over here, what we could see is I saw this candle drop lower, and what did it do? Okay, if I was bullish, I would anticipate, or I would have wanted to see this candle close above the midpoint of this order block, right? But what happened? You can see this candle not only closed below this main threshold of this order block, but closed below the order block, right? You can see that. So this candle closed below this gray zone, right? So to some extent, these should raise questions, right? For us, we were bullish, but now we've seen this candle close below the main threshold, or the midpoint of this order block, and also close below the order block. Something that should make us have questions onto our bullish bias, all right? But I don't know. We had also this 4-hour fair value gap. So how I did read this candle, because I watched it, maybe this candle rally lower. You can see how it tapped to the constant encroachment of this fair value gap. What I mean by constant encroachment and main threshold is the midpoint. But when we're talking about the midpoint of an order block, we refer to it as the main threshold, right? But when we're referring to the midpoint of a fair value gap, we call it constant encroachment, right? So we can see this candle tap into the constant encroachment, then rallied higher. You can see the close above this fair value gap uh, made me made me have also consider my buys, my bullish buys, right? Because we had tapped into the constant encroachment, then closed above. Then later on, we can see this candle rallied lower, and I wasn't watching this for our time frame. Something else, something I've already said. I should be always referring to the high time frame. Observing this candle, let me make it this for our candle. We can see it didn't close above these constant encroachment of these 4-hour fair value gap. It closed slightly below, right? So if I would have seen these, right? So this number one, this was a confluence for me to go lower, but also we had that fair value gap above, so it was a sweet spot where I would have wanted the market to retrace higher. So I benefited from uh, these this movement higher, but yeah, took my TP, and yeah, that's why I don't usually have those long RATs or reward, risk to reward ratios. I usually have a 1 to 2 and I'm satisfied. Yeah, we saw price rally higher into the order block, tapped into the order above the mean threshold of this order block into that 4 hour fair value gap. Then we can see how we had this huge drop downwards, right? So something you should be keen on is this. I should be keen on, or we should be keen on, is these midpoints of these fair value gaps, and also the main thresholds of order blocks, and also the constant encroachment of wicks. So if I was to be also that how can I, which is the word, be keen, or be keen and on this price action, we have this week, right? This week from this low to the up. Is it the close, to the close of this candle? Right? We have that week. Something else, in circumstances like these, also I should be watching the constant encroachment of the week, because we had already tapped into the constant encroachment of these. Okay, so my anticipation was, if I'm bullish, if I was observing these, also I couldn't have wanted to see a candle close below the main threshold, or the constant encroachment of this week, this 4 hour week, right? But what happened, you can see the candle closed um, relatively or closely to the low of this candle, so below this 4 hour week. So this was something else that should have added confluence to us, because we have already tapped to the zone whereby the main threshold, the constant encroachment of this key level, or point of interest for me, because I've already tapped it. If I'm bullish, I want to see some gap let open, which is below this 50 level. I wanted to see it be open. So this low, I was I was telling my friend too, like, I don't want to see this law being violated, right? But later on, you can see this candle close below the constant encroachment. Something else, if I was watching these, I guess should have made me change my bias from bullish to bearish, right? So dropping to the 1 hour chart, what can I see there? Also the week, also over here, what I was observing are the weeks, right? So we can see this week rally, tap into this constant encroachment of the 4 hour fair value gap. Also, then we had this rally lower with this week. Then we had this candle, right? And if I use my fib tool to get the 50 level, yeah, there you can see these candles were closing below this 50 level. This candle closed, then we had a rally higher to clear this buy sell liquidity that was there, also tapping into the 4 hour fair value gap. Then we had this drop lower. So we can see how these weeks were being violated, and which was to give us confluence that we're going lower, and for that we should change our bias from bulls to bears. So you can see that the constant encroachment of the wicks were being violated, and then price rallied higher, cleared this buy sell liquidity above here. You can see with the wick, and you can see how these bodies were respecting the 4 hour order block. You can see how they were respecting it uh, with what bodies closing below the main threshold of the 4 hour order block, but the wicks were doing the damage, right? So we had this week higher, but the bodies were closing below the midpoint. Then we had this drop lower. Yeah, so that's what had happened. And something to be keen on is the wicks and also the higher time frame order flow and what price is doing, and also being keen on how can I call it, on a higher time frame order flow, right? Observing it regularly, waiting for candle to close, and then come up with a judgment or the decision making. Also in the 30 minutes, you can see how these candles were telling the story. You see, closed there, closed below the main threshold of that order block. The candles were telling the story, but the wicks were doing the damage by rising higher. So we had this drop down, the down close candle, everything is balanced over here, then this huge drop down. So, and I guess we can see also the power of 3 was playing in here, and you can see so now I will get rid of this because we are done already. So also we have this power of 3 whereby we have this accumulation. I guess let me make my thumbnail. Yeah, so we have this accumulation. That accumulation phase, then let me we have this accumulation. Now place it at the bottom center. Yeah, then we have this manipulation phase that came to clear these buy side liquidities above this zone. So over here this manipulation. So guys, attention is really needed and being keen on what price is communicating, right? Not being married to whatever we think the market is gonna do. Then we have this distribution phase, expansion, expansion phase. Yeah, so we can see how the power of 3 usually plays out, right? And I know this was not the high of the day. We had the high of the day over here, but before the New York session, we can see how this liquidity was being engineered above here and also below. The engineered liquidity above was grabbed during the 10 a.m. around 10. Then we had this distribution phase lower. So that's how price played out yesterday. Something I wanted to clarify, something I didn't also talk about in my trade review, because I was talking about why I did take my trade. And yeah, so the trade view is always on how I did trade price and decided to take that trade, right? But later on I realized over here that I had missed something, and to clarify that, and also not to repeat it next time, then I had to do this video. So thank you for being around. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully we get to learn all day or every day concerning the market, getting to improve and prepare for this amazing year that is coming ahead, this 2023, because for sure it's gonna be an amazing year, a year worthwhile to enjoy the sacrifices that we have always committed to, and I know things will be okay. So thank you for being around, thank you for watching this video. So guys, until next time, be safe. This video was a correction of something, and yeah, thank you. Please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. Till next time guys, be safe. Bye bye.